My dear student, how are you today? I hope that you are all well and you are ready to learn the online class. My dear student, now we are passing a serious test. That is, we are not going to school. We are not work so good because for the environment. Our environment has become bad because attract us. If we pardon from the coronavirus, we should maintain the law about coronavirus. That is, we should wash our hands with soap. We should use mask when we go outside. We when we converse with them. We use hand sanitizer. My dear student, we should also obey the law of our country, because if we don't obey the law of our country, our land nicely. A strict hand. So we shouldn't go outside the law of our country. We should obey the law of our country. We also obey the law of the universe. We should obey the law of the universe, because we have come to a habitation of that place, my dear student. It is a vast area. The Almighty Creator has sent us to a vast area. If we want to get the things, we should learn. We should learn. The Almighty Creator said to us to learn, to take education and education. If you take education, you find the area of my universe. If you find the area of my universe, you can get all the things you need. My dear student, so we should also obey the law of the universe. We are living in our solar area, in our solar world. We live in a solar world. That is in Bangla, Shaurujagat. Taking 8 planets. Among them, our Earth is third. Our Earth is third. And now the scientist is searching some planet where man can live. To do this work, a man or a student can gather so much knowledge. If we get so much knowledge, he can invent another place, another planet. where we can go there. If we learn knowledge, if we learn various kinds of knowledge, we can get the vast area that have been created by Almighty Allah. Allah has said, Almighty Creator, Allah, Bhagavan, or God, is one. It is one. There is no difference between. It is His name. He is only one. We call Him taking various names. My dear student, if we gather knowledge, we can find our solar area, the 8th planet. We can go to the 8th planet, and we get knowledge. After we can exceed our solar area. We can exceed our solar area. We can go to another solar area. My dear student, it's require knowledge. It's required only knowledge. Time, coronavirus, we don't take class to you in the class in front of us. Your knowledge is lacking behind. Your knowledge is lacking behind. Now, my dear student, we want to save our world. We want to save our world. To save our world, we should acquire knowledge. We should continue our knowledge. My dear student, I am teaching to you from the one corner of one school building, and it is spread worldwide. It is spreading all over the world, my student. Now, my student, you are not idle. You see the class, and this class is taking videos, and this class is not be destroyed. You can learn from any time from this video, my student. Living class, you can see the class, my student. Now, my student, I am teacher Md.Alauddin, Boga Kalyani Secondary School. My student, I am giving you the lesson from the class 9 English books, English for today, and now I am giving to you from unit 9 and lesson 1. Lesson 1. Now, my student, you can see I have written the topic name, jobs that people do. Jobs that people do. My student, you see, find out the page number 121. 121. Now, my student, you are seeing a picture here. You are seeing a picture here. Do you tell what is the picture? This picture is a nursery. This picture is a nursery where seedling and graftling are produced, my student. Now, before the giving the class, my student, I want to fled away from you the boringness, my student. Now, my student, I want to sing a song to you, my student. You listen to me very carefully. This sing is by our national poet, Kazi Nazrul Islam. আমায় নহে গো ভালোবাসো শুধু ভালোবাসো মোর গান আমায় নহে গো ভালোবাসো শুধু ভালোবাসো মোর বনের পাখি রে কে চিনে রাখে, বনের পাখি রে কে চিনে রাখে, গান হলে অবসান। ভালোবাসো মোর গান আমায় নহে গো, ভালোবাসো শুধু। না সবাই যাচ্ছে, আলো দিতে কত পড়ে, কত প্রদীপের প্রাণ। ভালোবাসো মোর গান আমায় নহে গো, ভালোবাসো শুধু। ভালোবাসো মোর গান। যে কাটা লতা রাখি জল, হায় ফুল হয়ে ওঠে ফুটে, ফুল নিয়ে তার দিয়েছো কি কিছু, ফুল নিয়ে তার দিয়েছো কি কিছু, শূন্য পত্র ফুটে, ফুল হয়ে ওঠে ফুটে। সবাই তৃষ্ণা মিটাই নদীর জলে, সে কি তৃষা জাগে, সে নদীর হিয়া তলে। বেদনার মহাসাগরের কাছে করো, করো সন্ধান। ভালোবাসো মোর গান আমায় নহে গো, ভালোবাসো শুধু। ভালোবাসো মোর গান। Now, my student, I finished my song. Now, my student, before reading the text, before discuss the text, I shall teach you some difficult words. Listen to me very carefully, my student. Here you see the blackboard. Here is a whiteboard. You see the left side of the whiteboard, my student. You all the side you can see here. All the side you can see here, my student. Here, here, my student. First word is grappling. My student, first word is grappling, my student. Grappling. Grappling means গাছের কলম, গাছের কলম। When a plant is taken grappling, the farmers made the branch of the made a tree, a seedling on the branch, my student. This is grappling. Best, সবচেয়ে ভালো, সবচেয়ে ভালো। ইভার, কখনো। হ্যাপেন, ঘটনা ঘটা, ঘটেছিল। তারপরে ডেস্ক ক্লার্ক, কেরানি। তারপরে বিলিভ, বিশ্বাস করা। টেক ইন ফেইথ, ফিলিং ব্যাড, স্টাক, আটকে থাকা, অ্যাটাচড, ডিসাইড, সিদ্ধান্ত নেওয়া, লিভ, ত্যাগ করা, গো ফ্রম, স্যালারি, বেতন, পে, স্যালারি বেতন পে। ওনার মালিক, ওনার মালিক। নার্সারি চারা গাছ চাষ, চারা গাছ চাষ, চারা গাছ চাষ। ফার্মিং সিডলিং। রোপণ করা সিড বীজ। বার্ডলিং কুড়ি। প্রফেশনাল পেশাজীবী, প্রফেশনাল পেশাজীবী মাই স্টুডেন্ট। তারপরে শেপলিং চারা গাছ, সিডলিং। স্টাফি শ্বাসরুদ্ধকর। তারপরে গার্ডেন, গার্ডেন বাগান। তারপর প্রোডাকশন উৎপাদন, প্রডিউসিং, প্রডিউসিং উৎপাদন। টিম্বার কাঠ। প্রিভিয়াস ভূতপূর্ব, প্রিভিয়াস ভূতপূর্ব বা পূর্বে, যা পূর্বে ঘটে, পূর্বের জিনিস। নেচার প্রকৃতি, হোয়াট উই সি অ্যারাউন্ড আস, দ্যাট ইজ আওয়ার নেচার। জব চাকুরি, জব চাকুরি। সামার গ্রীষ্মকাল। প্লিজার আনন্দ, প্লিজার আনন্দ, ডিলাইটনেস। মুনলিট জ্যোৎস্না প্লাবিত, মুনলিট জ্যোৎস্না প্লাবিত। মেডিসিনাল, মেডিসিনাল ঔষধি, মেডিসিনাল ঔষধি। হোয়াট ইজ, হোয়াট ইজ, হোয়াট ট্রি ইজ রিকোয়ার টু মেড মেডিসিন, দ্যাট ইজ মেডিসিনাল। সার্ভিভ বেঁচে থাকা, সার্ভিভ বেঁচে থাকা। লিভ, সার্ভিভ বেঁচে থাকা, লিভ। অ্যাট্রাক্ট আকর্ষণ, অ্যাট্রাক্ট আকর্ষণ। ম্যারিড বিবাহিত। হিয়ার এ ওয়ার্ড ইজ ইউজড আনম্যারিড, নট ম্যারিড ইন দিস লেসন। কুক রান্না করা। অ্যানয়েড বিরক্তি, অ্যানয়েড বিরক্তি। বোরিং। মেইড পরিচারিকা। হু ওয়ার্কস এট দ্য হাউস। রাস্টিক সাদামাটা, সিম্পল। রাস্টিক সাদামাটা, সিম্পল। উইকেন্ড সপ্তাহান্তে, সপ্তাহান্তে। আফটার এ উইক। কান্ট্রিসাইড গ্রামাঞ্চল, কান্ট্রিসাইড গ্রামাঞ্চল। কি ইন্ডিভিজুয়ালি, অ্যালোন একাকী, ইন্ডিভিজুয়ালি। হবি শখ। স্ট্যাম্প টিকিট, ইজ ইউজড ইন দ্য ইন টু সেন্ড সামথিং পোস্ট অফিস। রিকোয়ার। প্রবলেম সমস্যা, প্রবলেম সমস্যা। সিজন ঋতু। ডিসেন্ট স্বচ্ছন্দ। নাও মাই স্টুডেন্ট, I have finished the word meaning. Now my dear student, I shall read the passage. You see, listen to me very carefully, my dear student. My dear student, this passage is for a work, shelf job. This is a shelf job. Our Bangladesh has no adequate job for the educated person. So, some educated person should find the self-employed work, my dear student. This lesson is about that. I know. Will you wonder if I say the best thing that ever happened to me was when I left my last job? Yes, really. I was a good salary. Now I am the owner of a nursery, planting seeds, budding, grafting, taking care of grafting. Now my dear student, this is not L here. Grafting, my dear student, grafting. Taking care of saplings, cleaning the flower beds and spending time with trees are different part of my full-time job. I start work very early. In summer, I usually leave home at 5:30 in the morning, but in winter, not until nursery. There cannot be any more pleasure for me than when I see the moon from there or walk through the trees in the soft moonlit night. The winter is just over, so I am cleaning up the winter flower garden. Now I am busy producing more timber and medicinal plants which people will buy from July. Every season is so different and I love them all. When I compare my present days with the in a stuffy office, gadget never attract me and perhaps never will. I am not married. I do my own work, even cook my own food. I try not to depend on others for the work which I might made for household chores. They are not happy to see me in this rustic life. They are professionals. They earn a lot, maybe much more than what I do, but I think I enjoy my work more. At weekend, I often go to countryside, sometimes with my friends, sometimes alone. I love I have another hobby. I love collecting stamps. I have a Russian stamp from the period of Lenin. I don't watch TV. Almost everyone has a TV set these days. But I don't have any. How is that? The only problem I face is I do not earn enough money in all seasons. The winter and the monsoon are two busy seasons for me. But it is okay. Maybe I do not earn enough like many other people around me, but at least earn enough for my run a decent life. I must say I am a very happy man. Now, my dear student, this passage is for a employed discussing here, my dear student. Discussion, employee discussion here. This passage, this is the statement of a clerk. This is the statement of a clerk. My dear student, here is a mosque and azan is being given. So I stop some time. My student, this passage is a self-employed person. This is the statement of a self-employed person. He do a job, desk clerk. He leave the job and start nursery where plants are producing. My student, it is very benefited for him. So it is a discussing the lifestyle of the clerk. He is very happy to farming plants. He lives simple life. He earns so much. It is very educate for his family. He is not married. He do all the work with his own hand. His friends hate him for this, but he don't care of them, don't care any words from them. He do his duty for his own. He love the nature. He sometimes go to the countryside to see there. So this is a self-employed work, my dear student. My dear student, you learn lesson. Some students learn lesson to get job, to get the job, but there is no educated job in Bangladesh. You should learn lesson. All the person of the world should learn lesson, gather knowledge. If you gather knowledge, you can find a way to earn. You can find a way to earn, my dear student. If you don't gather knowledge, you can't earn. You can't do anything. So, my dear student, self-employee work is very beneficent for us. Now, my dear student, to get a service, it is a contest, very contest. You work, you to part the contest or to get service, government service, to take government service. At the side of searching service, you should do your own work to employ work. You don't sit idle. After learning, after taking certificate, you don't sit idle. You work, self work, and you search service, doing self work, my dear student. You don't stop to do work. No, my dear student, it is about that. We have learned from a very educational thing from here, my dear student. Now, my dear student, I ask some question to you about this, my dear student. Here is a question, my dear student. You see some question. Here some question, my student. Here number one question. Question 1. You see the question 122, page number 122. What is the best thing that you are having to this man? This best thing is the man leave the desk clerk job and went and made a nursery. Why didn't Kamal like his last job? Kamal didn't like his Kamal didn't like his last job because this job is very boring. This job is very boring. Number 3. What are the advantages and disadvantages of his present job? My dear student, the advantages is more than the disadvantages this job, because he earns more and more and he enjoys so much here. This job is very fine. When does he earn most money? My dear student, here the time winter and rainy season. In winter and rainy season, earn more money. What attitude of Kamal is reflected in this line? Maybe I do not earn enough like many other people around me, but I at least earn enough for my family, employee and me to run a decent life. My dear student, here the statement is that he earn what he earn, he can maintain his family, and he earn more money than his previous job. My dear student. This statement is for that. He is now very happy to and maintaining his family, my dear student. Now, my student, here C number stage C, ask and answer question about Kamal. Use the clues given example, my dear student. Here you can make a question. You can make a question, and here you can make a question, my dear student, and answer. Question and answer. Here see. Here see. One is example here, my student. Is he married? Again, it is example. No, he isn't married. Now, my student, question number 1. Is he happy? Is he happy? Yes, he is happy. When did is happy? When did leave from in summer? He leave from summer at 5:30 a.m. 5:30 a.m. 5:30 at the morning. Now, my dear student, here number 3, what trees are grows at winter? This question, that is timber and medicinal plant. Timber and medicinal plant, my dear student. So, number 3. What did he do at weekend? He go to the countryside to see the nature. Number 3, my dear student. Here the question, what did he grow? What plant he grow after winter? My dear student, here what did he collect? He collect stamp. He collect stamp. My dear student, here number D. Look at the following table. The left column shows positive aspect of Syed Kamal's character. Add some more to the list. Also find out some aspects of Syed that you think are unacceptable and write them in the right column. Now my student, here you see, here simple, here on is doing simple old fashioned, delight longer, love nature, rustic. Now my student, here number D, my student, you read the passage again and again and you can learn from the question from it, my student. Now my student, you see the stage E, write a paragraph on Syed Kamal, take your clue from D. Here my student, here some clues, my student. That is simple, delight, diligent, love nature, caring. From taking the clues, you can make a paragraph, my student. Write a paragraph here. My student, you can make a paragraph. At first you think about the Syed Kamal. At first you remember the passage. At first you learn the summary of the passage. Now write the paragraph, my student. My student, it is a Syed Kamal's story, his life history. He was a desk clerk, and he left the job, and he made a nursery, and he can get more benefit from that, my student. He is very simple, my student. He loved nature so much. He sometimes at the weekend he go to the countryside to see the nature. Now, my student, he is very satisfied what he is earned to maintain his family, my student. He is not married, my student. Now you can thus you can make a paragraph, my student. F number, I must say I am a very happy man. Do you agree with Syed? Write why and not. Now, my student, it is a statement. I must say I am a very happy man. Yes, I agree with him. He is very happy man because he earns a lot and he lives in a open place, and he sometimes go to the outside of the workplace, to the countryside, see the nature. Now he earns a lot and lives a peaceful life with his parents, with that earning money, my student. Now, my student, thus you can write this, my student. Now, my student, there is no time. I finished my teaching. Thank you so much from my inner part of my heart, my student.